How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on an absolutely stacked lineup of new PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game releases, and I have to say, weeks like this is exactly what I love in a gaming release week, where there's so much variety. While I wouldn't say that there is a game that's at the level of a Hogwarts Legacy or even like a Dead Space remake, I just think there's so much depth in the offerings this week that there's really something for everyone, and we've got a ton of games to go over. We have a couple free upgrades as well, and again, something really for everyone, whether you like action games, whether you like JRPGs, music rhythm titles, really something for a lot of you guys to check out. So let's get right into it, and let's start off with what I would say is the biggest release of the week. And hey, a lot of people are probably going to put Tecmo Koei's Wild Hearts right at the level of some of those aforementioned big games of the year. It's a brand new IP, but being done by Tecmo Koei, being published by Electronic Arts, it's a very interesting game, if nothing else. And obviously, a lot of people are drawing comparisons to Monster Hunter. That is the clear comparison point that is easy to make. Wild Hearts is a unique twist on the hunting genre where technology gives you a fighting chance against fearsome beasts infused with ferocious power of nature itself. Take on these creatures alone or hunt with friends in seamless cooperative play as well. No one remembers why the rampage began. Fueled by desperation, they wield the power of primal nature at its most destructive. For a while, it seemed that none could stand against their overwhelming might, but hope arrives in the form of a formidable hunter armed with deadly weapons and ancient technology called Karakuri that could turn the tide of battle. Obviously, you have a lot of gargantuan boss fights that, if you're familiar with a genre like this, that'll be right at home. It is a true next-generation title. When you see some of these boss battles and whatnot, definitely showcases that as well. The game is shaping up to be a pretty solid one, and hopefully it turns out well. This is a $70 release. EA published titles these days, generally speaking. Need for Speed Unbound, Dead Space Remake, they're all $70. Wild Hearts looks to be a game that's going to give you a large amount of content on top of that, so check it out. Wild Hearts will be dropping on February the 16th. Next up, we have Theatrhythm Final Barline. I have to constantly remind myself that it's not Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, it's Theatrhythm Final Barline, and if you're a fan of Square Enix JRPG music, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy music, you'll be right at home with this one. Now, it should be noted that this game does have a plethora of additional content, so there's a bunch of different versions that you can buy of the game. First of all, there is the base game, which is $49.99, that'll include the game. Then there's the Digital Deluxe Edition, which includes the special music tracks, that's 27 extra tracks, and Season Pass Volume 1, that is $80. And then top tier is the Premium Digital Deluxe Edition. You've got the base game, special music tracks, and 3 Season Passes. Now, the Season Passes are going to include games from other Square Enix IPs, Nier Automata, Saga, etc., etc. There's going to be a lot of tracks to go in, and if you have not checked the game out yet, there is a demo available, so go try out the demo. It's got like 30 tracks in the demo, which is a sizable roster of tracks when you are talking about just a game demo. And again, Square Enix JRPG music is something that I think most people can really enjoy, and it's the one element of Square Enix Japanese titles that I think people always draw towards, given that the games just have a really good soundtrack the majority of the times. You look at all the Final Fantasy games, you look at Nier, and so on and so forth. Remember that the base game, mostly Final Fantasy, so you can check that out, but more games are going to be added in the near future, with additional content being rolled out. Alright, next up, we have the Shadow Warrior 3, the Definitive Edition. Now, I have a variety of different opinions on Shadow Warrior 3. I do think it's the weakest among the 3 Shadow Warrior games. I didn't like it as much as Shadow Warrior 2 for sure. It was still a fun game. It was just really on the short side. It was offered on PlayStation Now before PlayStation Plus Extra became a thing, but it was only like a 90-day window, and it's no longer available on there. However, it is available now on Xbox Game Pass, I believe, so you can check it out that way if you do want. The Definitive Edition is a reinvigorated, ultra-violent blend of fast-paced gunplay, razor-sharp melee combat, and spectacular free-running movement through a mythical Japanese realm. Test your skills against the all-new survival mode, new game plus, and hardcore mode, and watch out for that dragon. Obviously, an over-the-top first-person action title. If you're into Shadow Warrior, you're still probably gonna like Shadow Warrior 3. It's just, again, I wasn't as crazy about it as some of the other titles, Shadow Warrior 2 in particular. 60 frames per second performance and 4K visual modes are going to be offered as well, and it is a free upgrade for those of you that already own the game. I wouldn't say pay full price for the game. I would get it at a little bit of a discount. It's $39.99 right now, but I would say, you know, $14.99, that would be a pretty solid price for Shadow Warrior 3. Alright, next up we have Loopers, currently available on Switch worldwide. Now it is coming to PlayStation 4 on February the 16th. It's a science fiction story told through the enthralling writing of Ryukishi 07 and the fascinating visuals of Kei Mochizuki. Follow an ensemble of young people as they try to escape a world in which they relive August 1st over and over again. Enjoy a visual novel so full of friendship, love, madness, laughs, and emotion, it'll leave you breathless. Visual novels are still at this point kind of an acquired taste. I personally have been really enjoying my time with the ones that I do play. You know, there's titles like Steins Gate that I feel like are iconic at this point. And then, of course, I constantly rave about stuff like Danganronpa and the Somnium Files. Loopers has a unique style to it. We'll see how it turns out when it does hit PS4 on February 16th. Next up, we have Tales of Symphonia Remastered. Obviously, one of the most iconic games within the Tales of franchise. For a lot of people, they do consider Tales of Symphonia to be their favorite in the franchise. Maybe I just don't have as nostalgic of an attachment towards it because I didn't play the game when it initially came out. I played it years and years later, but that could be said for Tales of Abyss as well. And Tales of Abyss is my favorite in the franchise, either that or Arise. But Symphonia, what I did play, I really did enjoy it. Absolutely showed its age, but you are getting a refined version on PlayStation 4. Think what you want as far as the price point goes. I get it. It's a little bit on the heftier side. It is a lengthy JRPG, so as far as content goes, you are going to get your money's worth in terms of pure hour of playtime. Great cast of characters. You know, I could be petty and say, you know, I would have liked to see Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World included as well, given that we got that collection on the PlayStation 3 way back when it included both this game and Dawn of the New World, so I just figured you could have included that as well. I know Dawn of the New World isn't a game that's very, very well received, and definitely doesn't have that compelling cast of characters that a lot of the other Tales of titles have, but nonetheless, you're still getting Symphonia here, and it's nice that it is going to be readily accessible on a plethora of new platforms as well. PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One. I did hear some critique on the game not dropping on PC. Remember that Tales of Symphonia has been available on Steam for quite a while now. It was actually a pre-order bonus for Tales of Zestria years and years ago, so I can understand why Bandai Namco just wanted to keep it console-oriented. And honestly, given that Tales of Symphonia goes for like $3.74 on sale on Steam, you know, trying to re-release it and price it at $40 probably wouldn't have flown. So take that for what it is as well. Nonetheless, Tales of Symphonia Remastered drops on February 17th. Next up, we have Journey to the Savage Planet getting a PlayStation 5 upgrade. Nice to see this one dropping as well. This has been looked forward to as far as this upgrade goes for a little bit now, but the upgrade will finally be coming. Again, a free upgrade for existing owners, and now you're talking up to 4K native or upscale support on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and again, if you did buy the game, you'll get an upgrade for free. Along with that, new updates have been rolling out for the game to add more content, and it will be priced at $29.99 if you want to buy the game right out the gate. Journey to the Savage Planet hits the PS5 on Tuesday, February 14th. Next up, another major upgrade. We have City Skylines dropping on PlayStation 5. City Skylines is one of those games that even if you're not a big fan of that city builder type style of game, it's a game a lot of people got into. I spent quite a bit of time with it. Now, City Skylines gets really good when you look at all of the downloadable content and the extension. However, with this remastered release, you will get all of the expansions up to the Airports expansion for free, and then if you do want to buy the game standalone, it will be $40, which, given the amount of time that people sink into a game like City Skylines, it's honestly not that crazy, and it's nice to see that the game is finally going to be dropping on a PlayStation 5 upgraded form. Obviously, you'll see all of those new bells and whistles as well. All players who own City Skylines and its DLC on either PlayStation 4 or Xbox One will receive the Remastered Edition for free on their respective consoles, as well as the Remastered DLCs up until the Airports expansion. Remastered editions of the additional DLCs will be made available in the upcoming month, so there you go with that. Again, that'll be dropping February 15th. And lastly, a game that's going a little bit under the radar, but I feel like at the same time as we're getting closer into this release, a lot of people are starting to realize that it is coming out, and that is Wanted Dead, a new hybrid slasher shooter from the makers of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive. The game follows a week in the life of the Zombie Unit, an elite Hong Kong police squad on a mission to uncover a major corporate conspiracy. Definitely looks like an over-the-top action game, hack and slash melee combat, use a wide variety of deadly moves and dozens of unique finishers to slice and dice. Third-person shooter, battle indoors and outdoors using a curated selection of projectile weapons, assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, and grenade launchers, brutal finishers, cyberpunk, a crazy crazy mix of advanced weaponry and low-tech 90s retro futurism, gripping storyline, truly hardcore experience, beat 'em up the old school way, and a love letter to the 6th generation of consoles. Wanted Dead drops on February 14th, and that is gonna do it for me. Again, I'm really liking the lineup this weekend. Honestly, as far as this year so far goes, Hogwarts Legacy, that week was great, but when you look at this week as a whole, you're talking about so much variety and so much depth. Wild Hearts is that big action-adventure title that is gonna be a big premiere game. Theatrhythm Final Barline has your music rhythm cup of tea. You got free upgrades in Shadow Warrior 3, Journey to the Savage Planet, and City Skylines. I would say 3 pretty notable upgrades. You've got a classic JRPG getting remastered, and you have a brand new IP and a over-the-top action title. Again, really liking what I'm seeing out of this week. Let's just hope the games do turn out well. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.